no, it is the pareil because it's like
yeah, because it's temporal and then
parents do this when their kids are.
Yeah,
and then what's the one? It's
What,
like
this
occipital, right?
Occipital.
I just looked at that today. I'm so proud of myself. Good job. Just a little bit. Hey, good. So yeah, so practical. We're good now, right? We know.
Well, we're good.
We know the parts of the skull. We're gonna crush it.
Cool.
Let's do it.
So
Ready for 80 questions.
I know so many questions.
Hey,
Oh well.
What was
who do you like more, Dunlap or Miss Gay?
What'd you say?
Tough question.
Alright, I mean Dunlap's pretty cool.
Dunlap is definitely better.
He's my favorite teacher in the whole world.
He is my number
I
one
agree.
teacher. If I had to grade him,
I feel like you're just trying to suck up to get an A.
I feel like you're trying to be a poop head right now. Because everything I say, you know, that's how you get little sisters.
That is true.
And the one that picks at everything that you say. I want pizza. Why do you want pizza when you can have a calzone? You would do something like that. Everything I say.
That was really specific.
That was pretty good.
That
That was a good example.
I'm a smart person.
Well, okay, going back to Dunlap though, I have to do a project for his class, and I want to do it over bacteria, but I don't really know anything about it. So, does anybody really know what it even is?
Yeah, girl, let me tell you.
Alright, I'm listening.
Okay,
Lay it on me.
Oh boy.
so cytokine is a very large group of microorganisms
Interesting.
comprising one of the three domains of living organisms.
Okay.
They are prokaryotic, unicellular, and either free living in soil, water, or parasites of plants or animals.
Wow.
And lucky for you, I know who discovered it.
Oh, tell me.
It's Anthony van Leeuwenhoek. I know. Also known as the father of microbiology.
And we studied him earlier, right?
We did.
Yeah.
And then he discovered bacteria in 1676, along with other things. So he was
Really way back in the day.
way back in the
He
day.
was really on that,
Yeah.
on top of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how does bacteria spread?
Well, bacteria can be easily spread in many ways, like contaminated food, water, and like you can see that in Africa, they have contaminated water. So yeah. Another way is if you live in like really poverty, like in a really bad poverty, like in London, there's like certain sections that are so just disgusting that
So run down.
just rats everywhere.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. And also the lack of inadequate health care. So you can't get access to medicine. So you can actually put a stop or at least slow down the disease.
So is that why Obamacare?
And now we're getting into politics.
Yeah.
So,
I thought this was a science project.
yeah, let's stay away from that.
Yeah, sorry.
So, does bacteria help us in any way, though?
Actually, it does. Believe it or not.
Actually.
Whoa.
Actually? It does.
Again?
Are you going to tell me? Are you going to tell me how?
Oh my gosh.
It's a little sister
Okay.
love. Okay.
That's a little
No, my brother said it. Alright, now we're getting uncomfortable.
Okay. No, but on a serious note, for example, in the intestine, there's alone in the intestine 500 to 1,000 different species of bacteria. And those bacteria can really help our body in the digestive system of breaking down foods that the body cells can't do alone.
Oh, cool.
Also, many of those bacteria in the intestine have genes that contain genes that are associated with the vitamin and carbohydrate synthesis that can break that stuff down even more and pull it from the food that you eat in order to produce energy, so on.
Oh, very cool. So, obviously it harms us, but how?
I mean, well, they can harm us, like, anything that's really, like, disease-causing is really called pathogenic. That means, like, that bacteria is a pathogenic. Causes diseases. I mean, it can come in any kind of form, like, it can cause illnesses from, like, an ear infection to strep throat, to even to cholera, and then, yeah, that's really not good. But, you know, whatever. But
So
anyway, they like, get into our bodies, like, you know, through your cuts, your scrapes, your mouth, your nose, so...
Actually, one way to actually get a disease called tuberculosis is actually by fluids.
Ew.
Yeah,
That's
like if
gross.
you do know what tuberculosis is, right?
No, tell me.
Tuberculosis is this is caused by a bacteria called I can't pronounce the name.
It's okay, try.
Well,
I believe in you.
I know.
That's rude.
I'm sorry.
Keep your face to
It's
yourself.
her. It's she threw me off.
So what is it?
It's negative.
Microbacterium tuberculosis.
Okay.
This bacteria actually goes into your lungs and starts attacking it.
Oh god.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and it's easily transmitted by sneezing, coughing, or if you get a cut and you try to
Yeah.
help that, well, blood
Yeah.
and blood. Or if you kiss somebody, spit.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And
That's one thing, like, a
yeah.
lot of these bacterial diseases can be caused, like, or prevented, wash your hands, cook your food all the way.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
What?
I've heard that the hand sanitizer is actually bad for you. Is that myth true or false?
It can kill a lot of good
Yeah.
bacteria.
I mean, it
that
kills your
body
bad
needs.
bacteria, but it still kills your
Kills
good
a lot of good
bacteria,
stuff?
too.
Yeah, it
so.
leaves you defenseless.
Well, it can really hurt your immune system because some bacteria can actually aid in having a fully developed immune system. A lot of people say that the relationship between the bacteria and the body is common and very essential
Oh.
to carry out our daily.
So how about plants or animals? Like, do they get affected by bacteria too?
They do actually, yeah. The ways that it normally in animals would affect is in disease, from disease. Some are like tuberculosis, like we were talking about, and syphilis and staph infection.
Okay.
And it also kind of works in the same way in plants. Also, there's a very harmful bacteria that's called fastidious vascular bacteria, and actually interferes with the transport of the water nutrient throughout the plant.
Oh wow.
So eventually, ends in host cell death.
So
Same with animals.
They
The
both die
diseases can potentially kill an animal or people.
Oh, that's so sad.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Anybody else have any other interesting information?
Well, I know they've also, you can treat bacteria with antibiotics, but, antibiotics only go so far because bacteria build up resistance and they're useful in working or fighting against those bacteria.
Gotcha.
But as long as antibiotics are being researched every day, so
True.
So kind of like a staph infection?
kind of, I guess. But, I don't know. Just the antibiotics help to kill the bacteria and help it not reproduce, so...
So antibiotics are good.
Yeah, antibiotics are good. They
But
just
do you know if
kinda
that
fire,
kills?
I guess.
Yeah. So does that kill good bacteria too, or just the bad?
Yeah, it can kill some good bacteria, so that's why it's not all that great. But it doesn't harm your body cells.
Not your immune
Yeah,
systems.
it doesn't harm your existing body cells.
Okay.
It just goes in and attacks the
bad.
bacteria.
Gotcha.
So, it kills good bacteria, but it also it kills more bad bacteria than it does good.
So, do we have any examples of where can we find good bacteria, like in foods or anything like that?
Well, I know bacteria helps. It turns milk into cheese and yogurt and
Okay.
all different kinds of dairy products. So that's one way bacteria
Can be transformed into good and help you
Yeah,
out, right?
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Plus it's in plants too. Sorry.
No.
It's in plants too. So they give off oxygen for us that we breathe every day.
So what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, so not a lot of people know that they can find bacteria in yogurt.
And that's one of the, I
Yeah.
think it's one of the most helpful kinds of
Yeah.
in yogurt is one of the most helpful
Yeah.
bacteria that you can find. Fun fact, didn't
Well,
know that.
I
do
know.
y'all know that yogurt? What's it called? This one actress who acted in Freaky Friday.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Jason
Yeah.
I've seen
There you
the
go.
commercials though.
I've
that little green. Yeah, the
So
Those
stuff
are
like
so
that
good.
can help you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I'm feeling a lot better about this, you guys. I really appreciate you helping me out.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Appreciate it.
So we can get some Taco Bell now, right?
Yes.
Let's do
I
it.
think that is a perfect plan.
All right.
Alright.
That's good.
Cool.
Who's paying?
She is.
No, go.
I'm stuck.